Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So I've been working on trying to remove the silicone gasket. I guess, I don't know, silicone sealant that the previous owner put on the taillight gasket to seal them onto the car body. So it left a whole bunch of silicone around here. And as you know, if you were to paint the car, you cannot paint over silicone. It'll just crack and flake off. So I know on Contact people talk about, making your own makeshift gaskets and then sealing the holes and then putting it to the car body. But that's not really how you would seal moisture or water out of the hatch. That doesn't do anything. The gasket itself, the EVA foam, is the gasket that prevents the water from going in. If you tighten the bolts down with the nice new gasket, no cracks in it and stuff that you make, it's fine. It won't leak in there. You do not need the silicone part. I don't know where the information, why somebody thought about that. I mean, it's fine. You can use the silicone for extra measure, but it's not mandatory. You don't need it. And the previous owner actually put it on here, so it's been a pain. I'll show you guys some footage of me trying to remove this, but it's very difficult. The only thing that you can do to remove silicone is basically you have to cut it out. So I cut it all the way to as thin as possible to the car body, trying not to scratch it. So I'm using a razor blade. And then now I'm trying to remove the excess residue. Some people would just leave it at this stage, but I'm trying to get it all clean. I hate silicone on here. So right now I'm at the stage where I'm removing the remnants of it, that little thin layer that's still stuck on the paint. How I'm doing that is basically I'm using my fingernail, some lacquer thinner to kind of like break down some of the silicone, and I'm also using Goo Gone to remove any of the extra, remaining bits after I've scratched it all off. It's a pain, but there's no other easy way to do it. You have to just slowly work at it and get it off. I'll show you guys what it looks like right now, but I've cleaned off maybe a quarter of it, and it's taken me hours to do this. And the lacquer thinner, you have to be really careful because it does strip some of the paint, and I've stripped some of it already, which means I do have to repaint this area, even though I don't want to. But I'll show you guys right now what it looks like, and it's just a pain. I would say if you guys were to seal your taillights, do not seal it with silicone. Just remake the gasket out of EVA foam and just tighten it on there. If you're getting a leak into the hatch, it is definitely probably not coming from the taillight. You could do a water test and try to check if it is leaking from there. And then if you have to, okay, fine, use silicone or whatever, but I wouldn't suggest using silicone because that is just a pain in the ass to remove. But it is a hidden area. It's not an area that people typically paint or anything anyways, but I will be respraying some of this area because there is some surface rust here, and I want the car to look good and last long. So not much I can do about that, and I hate silicone. Alright guys, so this is basically what it looks like now. I mean, I've cleaned up a lot of it. You can see there's still this film here. This is all silicone. This is the area that lacquer thinner ate through the paint, and it's taken off a whole bunch of paint. All these little bits here and there, that's just the pieces of silicone that I've scuffed off. This here is flush to the paint. It's just left the marking. I'm guessing that'll probably buff out if I have to buff it out, but for the most part, I think a lot of this is just leftover residue, and I could easily remove it. But yeah, the rest of this, you really have to just scratch it off. There's no other way of doing it.
All I do is adore you all of the time. I like to. I like to. I like to love you every day. I like to love you, love you. I like to love you, love you. If I may, I'd like to love you.
If you guys think I'm kind of joking about using your nail, I'm not. You literally go like this to get it off. So if you have like a plastic scraper or something, this would be perfect to try to use the plastic scraper. That way it doesn't ruin the paint or anything, but I found this is the best way I could get this silicone off. So far I've only gotten maybe half. You can see still the top portion left. So I'm gonna keep working at it and show you guys once I'm finished taking this stupid silicone off. Alright guys, so I managed to get all the silicone off. As you can see, there's a couple little scuffs here and there. There's a scratch there from the blade. This was from the lacquer thinner. For the most part, it came out pretty good. I went over it with some rubbing compound just to smooth it out and get the faded out black back to, like, I guess, a glossy color. And it looks pretty decent. I mean, I could touch this up with some POR 15 if I didn't want to paint this, but I mean, it's actually fine just like this. It actually looks pretty good, nice and clean. And then later on when I reinstall the taillight, I'll be putting in new gaskets. So that should be nice and smooth and flush to fit on here. But yeah, no more silicone. It actually took a long time to do this. Time for the passenger side. I was gonna leave this for another day, but might as well get it all done now.
I'd like to love you every day. I'd like to love you. I'd like to love you.
Alright guys, so for this side, I'm actually going to use a card. So I've got I guess a few savings card here, but any credit card or anything will do. And all you do is just kind of scrape at it with some Glue Gun, and it should come off. But it's gonna take a little bit of time still, just like using my nail. There's no other easy way. You just gotta scrape it off. So I've trimmed off as much as of the silicone as I could. So now it's just basically scraping off the excess residue. So I'm gonna continue at this. I'll show you guys once I'm done. It's probably gonna take me a couple hours again. All right, so there you go. It's all, the silicone's removed. That took a lot of work, scraped it all off. There's a few scuff marks and chip marks here and there, but I could easily touch those up if I need to. And I don't have to paint this area. I mean, it looks pretty fine, pretty good as is, but yeah, silicone sucks. All right guys, so that's basically it. I got all the silicone off of this. You know, to be honest, I was just gonna leave it by scraping it as flush as possible, but knowing me, it'll keep bothering me, so I actually end up taking it all off. It's a lot of work. I probably spent about 3-4 hours just doing this, so I really hate silicone right now. But I mean, you know, what it is, right? It's a used car and people have tampered with everything on here. But that's it guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this helps you guys out. If you haven't already, please comment, like, and subscribe, and maybe share the video. As always guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.